I, Manvi Mittal from class 8.
And I, Harun Kaur from Class 8, students of the Anand Public School, Pandusar Nabha, feel very honored and proud to introduce Mr. Mandeep Singh, a distinguished alumnus who has carved a path of success in the United States of America. He graduated in 2010 with a bachelor's degree in information technology, then moved to the USA for career opportunities. He worked in the IT sector for more than 5 years, from private MNCs to a Big Four firm. He built and sold multiple startup ventures and real estate projects. He is skilled in martial arts and developed a strong passion for self defense, currently spending most of his time traveling globally, coaching, and learning.
Through dedication, perseverance, and hard work, he has achieved remarkable milestones in his chosen field and has become a source of inspiration for students of our school. Despite being far from home, he has remained deeply connected to his roots and continues to uphold the value he leaves behind. We are delighted to have insights from his inspiring career, experience, and valuable advice. So, sir, may we start the interview?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can you tell us about your early schooling at DPS Nabha and how it shaped you?
Sure. My educational journey began at a very young age, at the age of 3. Uh, Same school, the Anand Public School, Nabha. Um, I was the way I am today, the who I am today, played a crucial part just being in this school when I was there. And what I really liked about coming to this school is it just didn't focus on academics. It encouraged us to go outside our comfort zone, participate in curriculum activities, and which really boosted my confidence, and go out and just dream big. So those values, whatever I learned, the skills throughout my journey, my time here in DPS was very beneficial for the rest of my life, and it stayed with me throughout my life.
That's really interesting. What sparked your early interest in computers and technology?
As a child, I was very fascinated with computers. Even simple things like, um, how computers just turning on, the programs running in the background, and how the basic operations work. I was fascinated. I was interested about computers, getting to know, learn more, and with time, I just started digging into more program side of it, because that's where I felt like I want to know, because I was a curious person. So I wanted to know how these are built. I started learning programming languages. I didn't really much enjoy the hardware pieces of computer, because the way it was built, that was not my interest. It's good, but how the things are running in the computer, that's what sparked my interest, and I kept going.
So your curiosity turned into a career. So what made you choose non-medical stream and what was your goal at that time?
Because I was very clear with my goal: computers, software, programs, programming languages. I was already learning, so I knew through proper guidance that non-medical stream is the way to go at that time to become the software engineer. So I was very clear with my goal. So I did that. That's the reason.
Okay, looking back, how did your bachelor's degree in information technology prepare you for the professional world?
My IT degree didn't just give me the knowledge um, in a specific major that I was in. I would say this is for all the degrees program out there. They just don't teach you the education specific to that major. For example, computer or mechanical or doctor. If you're going for MBBS, the main thing is you learn how to think logically. You learn how to be independent. You learn how to work in teams and solve those problems, be a problem solver, And what else? There's so much more exposure you gain during your engineering. This is what I gained during my engineer education, but there is much more to that. So with those skills, with those confidence that you gain during your schooling time, your engineering time, your university time, that really prepares you for the next move, which is usually a job or whatever you want to do next in your life.
What motivated you to move to the USA after graduation?
USA. USA was my childhood dream. Uh, watching those huge, tall buildings in TV, movies, and family shows. I used to watch a lot of international shows, and I started imagining myself that I want to go and work and live there one day. So that dream just didn't stay a dream. I just went for it. And I think during the engineering degree, I would like to actually add one more thing. I went to Italy first. I got the opportunity to do a 6 months training there. It was a more of like a real time on the job training that prepared me for a global career. And that preparation of me made my dream even more stronger, that no matter what, now I'm gonna go to fulfill my childhood dream, which is USA. And I did.
What were the challenges that stood out to you while working and settling in the USA?
Many challenges. The biggest challenge is always starting from zero. It's a different country, different culture, new environment. There's certain expectations. Their lifestyle is different. We are raised differently here in India, but when you go a different country and abroad, they have totally different lifestyle. And professionally, there were certain expectations, as a newbie, which I learned. So I overcame those challenges. I went with it. I just didn't give up, basically. That's the whole point. I kept going. I kept learning. I was curious again. It's just always been my habit. That's my biggest thing, that if I want to do something, I just get curious. I just go into it. If I want to do something, now I'm in the professional world over there. There were challenges. I overcame those with my willpower. I wanted to be adaptable in that community and do something there because of the bigger opportunities
You have worked in the MNCs and also in a Big Four firm, which
there.
many students dream of. Can you describe your experience working in the MNCs and later in the Big Four firm?
Yeah. So working in MNC and big four firms actually prepared me for the global standards. It taught me professionalism. It taught me accountability. And working there in those big firms, I learned how the big companies function, the large organizations, how they function, and how they make their decisions, and just a lot of other things that I carried myself through it. So during my time in the firms, in the corporate world, the skills and experience that I've gained, it became so helpful, not just for my next job, but also for my life, the way I live, and my business, the later on that I transitioned into my business. So that really helped.
How did martial arts training influence your discipline and mindset?
Martial arts. Martial arts is my life now. I've been practicing martial arts for years now. I would say 5 plus. It's just such a part of my life. It completely transformed my mindset since I started practicing martial arts. It taught me, well, I was already disciplined. I learned discipline in DPS. I learned discipline in schools, different schools. I went to university. I went to work for different firms, different companies. There is always a learning experience about discipline. the way their discipline is different. But martial arts actually really helped me push through my limitations, took my discipline to another level. Moreover, it taught me how to be patient, how to stay calm under pressure, and just, it's a meditation for me, martial arts, like a meditation in motion, moving my hands. I'm aware where my hands are going. So that kind of thing. So it really helped me stay focused, calm, and be patient. That really helped a lot.
Most of today's youth is familiar with self defense, but they only see it as physical violence. So, what, according to you, self defense really is, and why it is so crucial for today's youth?
I love that question. Self-defense in martial arts, self-defense is actually my main focus, because self-defense, everyone thinks that self-defense is a fighting. It's not fighting. Let me just be clear. Our community needs to know that it's not about going out there and just start having a fight with someone. If someone is teasing you, if someone is harassing you, whatever, physically, mentally, bullying you, you don't have to do a fight. There's a lot of other things you can do before that. If you're aware, it's an awareness, it's your confidence, it's your freedom. So if you're aware that something is happening to you, self-defense, you stop that person. If you feel like there is some sort of a discomfort, it's a signal, speak up. So that's what we teach in self-defense. Before, if there is an action that needs to be taken, if everything is crossed, boundaries are crossed, there is no other way out, you are in a pressure where you are going to get hurt, injured. For example, someone is trying to beat you physically, which I'll go back again, is just not that. Before that, it's warning signs that you receive. It's the verbal self-defense we teach. You can speak up. That's a self-defense. Your voice is the biggest weapon. If you speak up, if you say it, things usually stop right there. They don't escalate. So I would reiterate that again, that before considering or thinking that self-defense is just a physical threat or violence or fighting, it's not. It's your awareness. It's your freedom. But youth, for the youth, let's talk about youth. It's important for them because sometimes they face situations. They may feel unsafe. They don't know how to respond. Maybe they're getting bullied. Maybe they are under pressure for any reason from family member, relative, or school, whatever reason is. So we teach all that, how to be safe, how to have those habits in life. And I would like to say that when I say we teach, I just launched a program called Shield. It's a nonprofit initiative by me for community of India, especially focusing on girls and women and children, so they can educate themselves how to be prepared if something happens. Because confidence comes from when you know what to do if something happens. When you don't know what to do, you're not confident. Then you become submissive. Then your body language tells you everything. So that's why it's so crucial, so important today that self-defense is a must skill, because it's a life skill, it's a survival skill. That's it.
Thank you for sharing that. Many students do not participate in extracurriculum activities because of the academic pressure. Let us take example of sports. Students do not take part in sports because of academic pressure. How can students balance academics, natural growth, and fitness?
Very good question. I think it's very important to know that how to balance. I think you're talking about how to balance everything. If you have
Yes.
interest in other activities, whether it's a sports, whether it's in arts, whether it's in music, but you also have a pressure of doing the studies, exams, and all that, right? So I think the answer is very simple: time management. You have to manage your time. And how will you manage your time? You have to set your priorities right. What's what is more important to you? Of course, school. You have to go school and study for your academics. But if you're interested in, let's just say, arts, sports, or fitness, you need to make time for it because it's important to you, not for someone else. If you're studying all day, you make time in the morning, even 30 to 40 minutes a day will keep you physically fit, strong. It's just not physical. Let's just talk about fitness. Fitness is just not for your physical health, it's a mental health because your mind is clear. And if you want to learn more about yourself, grow personally, the personal growth, you should definitely do that. It's very, very important these days, especially in today's world, because it helps you build your character. So just take a few minutes a day before you go to sleep. Reflect on yourself. Thank God. How was it? Did I do anything good today? Reflect on yourself. How did you behave? So those things are very important. It helps you build as a person, good human being, while you focusing on your studies, enjoying your life. You're also enjoying your sports. If you're interested in fitness, you can do that. So time management, very important.
So, as you have achieved remarkable milestone in your field, what message would you like to give to students who dream of working or settling abroad?
Dream big. I have been a big dreamer since I was a child. So everywhere I focus, it's always about how can I take this to a bigger level. So when you dream big, you have a goal, you have a task to do. Dreams don't work unless you do. That's the biggest thing. We all have dreams. Well, we want to be a doctor, we want to be an engineer, we want to be a lawyer or whatever your goal is. Maybe you want to be a sports person instead of being a doctor. So Joe, whatever is your interest is, I would say take action towards it. Don't just keep it as a small dream, but taking action is the most important part because your dream will only get fulfilled if you work towards it. Don't just put it on the paper, don't just put it on your head, but work towards it. So that's the most important advice. But along the journey during life, you will face a lot of challenges as well, failures. So don't give up. Failures always teach you something very valuable. So when you learn something valuable, just don't repeat those mistakes again. You maybe failed because you made some sort of a mistake. So you learn and you grow from there. So now don't be afraid of failures and believe in yourself. That's what I would say.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable time. We hope your experience and guidance will surely help students.
I hope so. Thank you very much. Thanks for hosting me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.